Hi, this video will cover how you can take advantage of the guided inventory setup feature in Easy Insight. Once you have your inventory management system connected to Easy Insight, click over into the Inventory section. From here, you can click on Setup Guide. There are a number of different sections here. If we go ahead and click on E-commerce Channels, then click on Channel Mappings, we are able to set up the mappings for the different sources as they come into our inventory system. In this case, I've set up Amazon, but I haven't yet mapped my Shopify data. I'll go ahead and label my Shopify source as Shopify. Then within the IMS, I will set that up to be Shopify, and I'll go ahead and save. So this is saying that for the data that comes in that is labeled as coming from a Shopify source, it's going to go into Shopify. For the data that's labeled as Amazon, it'll go into Amazon. We can then click on each individual mapping to check and validate things like, are the channel fees correctly mapped? Are channel orders linked? Are products linked? Are shipping costs coming in? Are we tracking returns and refunds as pulled in specifically from the e-commerce system? So in some cases, you may have returns and refunds already flowing into your inventory management system, so there's nothing you have to do. If that's not the case, you can use this in order to configure that and pull the return and refund data into your IMS reporting here, even if it doesn't necessarily live in the IMS normally. The same thing is true here as well on the customer side. Oftentimes, we'll see that for a given integration, like all Amazon orders might be coming in and tracked as a single Amazon customer in your inventory system. Same with Shopify. Maybe you have a single Shopify customer in your IMS that all of your Shopify orders are mapped to. If this customer data does not live in your IMS, you can use this to link and pull over the customer data. So pulling over the customers from your Shopify, from your Amazon, from your Faire, whatever your e-commerce system is, so that you can accurately track the number of customers and also the split between new and existing customers to help drive customer metrics like customer churn rate, customer acquisition cost, and other customer-centric metrics that otherwise would be unavailable to you. On the historical side, if you're using a new inventory implementation, you can use this to help drive loading in historical data. So if you have CSV Excel sales data from whatever system you used previously, or just from the spreadsheets you were using before you started using an IMS, you can use this to help guide you through that process of loading in that historical data. You can also load in your history from the e-commerce channels themselves. So for example, if you've been using Shopify since 2018, but you only just started using an inventory system as your business grew in the last 3 months, you can load in your Shopify history through here in order to make sure that you have the data to drive proper trend analysis, to drive accurate forecasting. The shipping section is for guiding in the load of your shipping costs. So your IMS might be tracking how much it's costing you, or how much you're charging the customer on your orders for shipping, but it may not be tracking how much it's costing to actually ship the orders. You can load in that shipping data from ShipStation, StarShipIt, whatever your shipping platform is, and pull it back in here and use this setup to help guide that part of the process. On the finances side, you can load in variable expenses and link to your invoices and journal entries through here to again help make sure that you're matching everything between your financials and your inventory system. The marketing section is for loading in your marketing costs. You can pull in your marketing costs directly from Google Analytics, Amazon Ads, Meta. You can load them in from your general ledger. So if you have them tracked tracked as marketing spend in your QuickBooks or your Xero, you can load them in here. Or you can set them explicitly through additional metrics here as well. So this setup is just to help you guide you through provide the start to load these in, and you can click on each individual section to go through more detail and actually do the allocation process. Additional metrics, you can specify things like employee count here, And product costs is where you can go in to set up explicit product costs. So if you have a new inventory system and you don't quite trust the COGS that the IMS is giving you yet, you can set explicit product costs here and have that feed into your profitability calculations. As you can see, each of these really is just kicking off other sections that you can go into for more detail, but you can use this guided setup process to help make sure you're getting the most out of your inventory implementation within Easy Insight.